Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Rosinasharon. So today we're going to talk about products for beginners especially. And before we do that, kindly subscribe, share your thoughts on the comment section down below. I'll be reading all of them kama kawaida. And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. With no further ado, let us go straight into the video. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with what you need for your eye makeup first, then we can move on to the face. So what you need for eyebrows is an eye pencil and a concealer. And for the eye pencil I'm using today is a Davis number 3. And then there is another way you can do your eyebrows using gel, but if you're a beginner I would advise you start off by practicing using eye pencil. Then after you've mastered the art of doing eyebrows, you can move on to using gel. Okay, so next I would recommend this technique for eyebrows, especially if you want your eyebrows to look more natural, not very thick. This is the soap technique. I have a very detailed video on this one. I'll leave the link on the description box down below. So if you're going to use this technique, make sure you press it in, leave it to dry first before you start filling in. And when it comes to filling in, fill in the areas you feel like there is space left. And then when it comes to the inner corner of your eyebrows, if you do not have hair, draw hair-like structures going up. Make sure your pencil is very sharp for this. But if you do have hair, leave it alone. You want that eyebrow to look as natural as possible. And then the next product you need is a concealer to clean your eyebrows. And this concealer should be 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. For the lower side, the concealer should be 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. Please don't go for 3 shades lighter or 4. It's going to be very hard for you to blend after. So make sure the concealer is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And the concealer I am using today is LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. If you're going for an affordable concealer, go for LA Girl. So basically you only need 2 products for your eyebrows. That is an eye pencil to line and fill, and then a concealer to clean it out. And after you're done cleaning it out, just go through that with your finger so you do not have a very harsh line when you start blending in. So you only need 2 products for your eyebrows. That is an eye pencil to line and fill, and then a concealer to clean it out. And for the eye pencil, the Davis eye pencil is very cheap. The concealer goes for around $3 to $5, the LA Girl concealer, so it's very affordable for you. And then for the upper side of the brow, I would recommend you use foundation instead of concealer, especially for beginners, so it's easier for you to blend when you're blending in foundation for the face. And then next you can blend in your eyelids using the same very concealer you used to clean your brows. Because for a beginner you don't need eyeshadow. You can start off with just doing your eyes without eyeshadow, then you can practice eyeshadow as you go. So blend in with a concealer, and then after you're done blending it in, you can set your eyelids with a finishing powder. And then for setting your eyelids, I would recommend you use a finishing powder instead of a setting powder, because setting powders are very light, so it might be difficult for you to blend that in. For finishing powder, it matches your skin tone, so it's very easy to use. So the next product you need for your eyes is an eyeliner. It's very easy to use. So what you do, you draw a very small line as close to your natural eyelashes as possible. Start with practicing with just one very tiny line, and then you can graduate eventually to doing wing eyes and all that. Okay, so the next product you need for your eye makeup is a mascara. I would recommend a waterproof mascara. So for the brand, you can go for Maybelline or e.l.f. Very affordable. Okay, so moving on to the face, the first product you need is a moisturizer, and make sure this moisturizer has SPF, or rather sunscreen. If it does not have sunscreen, start with applying sunscreen first, and then you can go on to moisturizer. Sunscreen is very, very important for you guys. So for the moisturizer I am using today is e.l.f. Illuminating Moisturizer, and yes, it has SPF, so I don't need to buy sunscreen on the side. And this moisturizer has an illuminating factor to it, so it leaves you with that glow. And then it goes for $10 to $13 depending on where you're going to buy it from, so it's very affordable as well. Okay guys, so the second product you need for your face is a primer. It's very important. And then there is matte primers, and there is primers that have a dewy finish to it depending on your skin tone. If you have dry skin, go for something that has a dewy finish. If you have oily skin, go for something with a matte finish. So for me, I am using the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. It works well with both skin tones, and it's very affordable. It goes for like $10. So and after you apply your primer, just tap it in until the skin absorbs all that product, and make sure it sets first before you start applying foundation on top. So step 3 for face, you need foundation. For the foundation I'm using today is Maybelline Superstay foundation. Goes for around $15 to $20 depending on where you're going to buy the product from. And this one works very, very well with normal to dry skin, not oily skin. For oily skin, go for something that is very matte. Okay, maybe if you're going for Maybelline, you can go for the Fit Me, not the Superstay one. Superstay works well with normal to dry skin tone. So understand your skin tone first before you buy any product. And if you want to know how any product matches your skin, please make sure you do a test on your face. You cannot just see a product online and then buy it thinking it matches your skin tone. You might be very disappointed, because we might all be brown skin and my undertone is more of orange than it is yellow, and maybe your undertone is yellow than it is orange. So make sure you do a test on your face first before you buy any product. Okay, after you have applied foundation, the next step is highlighting, and for this you need a concealer, the same one you use to do your eyebrows. That is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. For highlighting, you need a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And please don't apply a lot of product. Just a small amount of concealer, and then blend as you go, especially for beginners. So do your under eye first, blend it in, and then you can do the bridge of your nose and your forehead, and then you blend, because most of the time the concealer dries out really, really quick, and you might be blending one side of your, say, under eye, and the other side starts drying out, and when it dries out it leaves patches when you try to blend. So blend as you go. That is a technique that is going to work very, very well with you as a beginner. And for highlighting, highlight your under eyes and your T-zone area, and by T-zone I mean your forehead going down to the bridge of your nose. So after highlighting with the concealer, you need to set that concealer in, and for that you need a setting powder, and I am using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. It goes for around $25 to $30 depending on where you're going to buy it from. And for the technique, make sure you blow the excess powder off first before you start applying. For application, press it in. Don't start with baking for beginners. Start with setting first the normal way, because it's going to give you a very flawless finish when you just set like this, rather than, you know, baking. Baking is for professionals, but after you're done, you know, mastering this art of setting, you can move ahead and start baking. So set the areas where you highlighted using the concealer previously. So that is your under eye, bridge of your nose, and forehead. And if you did highlight the area around your nose, your mouth, sorry, you can set that area as well. So the next step is to contour, and for this you need either a powder or a concealer that is 2 shades darker than your skin tone. For beginners, I would recommend you use powder contour because cream contour is more complicated. So start off with practicing with powder contour, and then you can move on to cream contour after. And to contour your cheekbones, your forehead, and your nose. And kindly know that contour is to make your face appear slimmer. So depending on the size of your forehead, if you have a big forehead, contour more. If you have a small forehead, contour less. For the nose, if you have a slim nose, don't contour. If you have a fat, or you know, you can contour your nose. And then for nose contour, kindly use a small brush for this. Okay, so after you're done with all that, blend in your whole face with a finishing powder. And for me, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me in 355. It goes for around, say, $10 to $14 depending on where you're going to buy it from. And then after that, you can set your face now with a setting spray. And for me, I am using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It has a dewy finish to it. Works well with dry skin tones. If you have oily skin, on the other hand, go for a matte setting spray. And then after you're done, you can go ahead and highlight. And for the last part of highlighting, this part of highlighting, it's just to make your face glow. Okay, and for me, I am using the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustla Baby. And the final step is for the lips. So what you need for this is either gloss, they're glossy lippies, and they're matte lippies. For beginners, you can start with lip glosses, and then you can move on to matte lipsticks. For me, I am using the Colourpop in Mamacita and the Golden Lip Cosmetic in Soft Kiss. For matte lipsticks, make sure your lips are very moisturized first before you apply the matte lipsticks on top. And that is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think on about this look on the comment section down below. And yeah, it's a very simple look. Hopefully you have learned something from this video. I'll be seeing you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.